Hey, yo, I sound good almost anywhere you put me. You been here a while, but they betting on the rookie. Better go and check in with your bookie, cause your bank account about to play hooky. My jeans got me short, that's why you overlook me. My jeans so fat, they lower than they should be. Mr. Goody Two Shoes, thank goodness I'm in a good mood. Never finish with my business, I can always outdo. Who's who? Cause all of you be sounding alike. Deuce Deuce, greatest album 2019. I mean, that's just me, TDP, PSG.
OMG, have you heard the new song?
We been cooking in the lab way before Wuhan. We're from Boys to Men, way before Mulan. Now it's all about the croutons, never need a coupon. I don't check the price, I just swipe, then I move on. Futons, how I elevate, only smoke out of state. Never far gone, need to be Armstrong out of space. That's one small step for the baby rappers, and that's one giant leap for the backpackers. And my backpack full of them pink Pampers. Don't be all up on my case like the Pink Panther. Already got 3 girls at home that need answers. I gotta meet these standards. I'm the father of the year though, raise a couple weirdos, screaming so fierce they pierce both earlobes. Here goes nothing, they go hear me coming. It's been a long light year, name still buzzing. Hopping in the same bucket, got the battery jumping. I'ma throw you in the trunk, you can feel me bumping.
To my family, my wife Vanessa, our daughters Natalia and Gianna, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. For all the hours I spent in the gym working and training. And Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.
Yo, Freddie, real quick, can I have a minute real quick, Freddie, because it's going to be you, but can I have one moment real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and give you a minute. Give you a minute, brother.
I told y'all, bro, Celtics, but ooh, who that fly guy right there? The only fly guy who done told you I was going to be C's, my guy. I just want to let that out there. Go ahead, Freddie, it's back to your show, homie.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Welcome to Freddie Facts. Want to thank Pride for coming on. What's going on, Logan? How you doing?
What up, Freddie? Pride. Oh,
yes, sir.
Looking real crispy over there, my friend.
Hold on. I got to show my man Logan one time. I'm driving though, so just give me.
Yes, sir.
I'm upset. Oh my God.
Multitasking. I like it.
Bro, this is why. And no one wanted to be. This is why I grew my hair out. This is that ugly phase y'all saw, like homeless pride is what I call him. Mm-hmm. This so y'all can see this beautiful piece of resistance. Oh, what a guy. I'd sleep with myself.
But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, there's something going on in the desert right now. And it's not good. It is not good. We need to put an APP out there for a couple people, by the way. Evan, we need to pull it out for him. Christopher Robinson, he definitely need one.
No, Freddie, he popped up in the chat. He popped up.
But he's not. I haven't went off on him like I want to yet.
Okay, so what you're saying is you want an APB out for their energy. That's what you're
looking for. Yes, sir. And then the one and only J-Net.
By the way, just letting y'all know, like, Freddie's been waiting for this moment forever. Like, and listen, hats off to you. Hats off to Cole in the chat, and you too, Rob. They called it. Y'all been calling it, and listen, I'm a round of applause. I would give it longer, but I'm driving. But the point is, good job. Y'all called it, man. I didn't see it coming. And the reason why I came on, listen, I got to eat some crow because I said Suns in 5, and I thought Luka Doncic was going to get them one game. For them to go 2-2, you know what I mean? To go down 0-2, win 2 games, and then win game, like be dominating. Like think about it. The Phoenix Suns are a top 5 offense and defense. Their offense can't score a bucket, and defensively, they ain't doing nothing either. So it's insane, bro. It really is. At one point, Cole put in the chat, it was like 92-50. Swear to God, that's how bad I get beaten when I'm playing other people in like 2K. Like that's how it is, bro. That's how and it doesn't sound real, but it's dude, it's wild, bro. Oh Jay! Dude, is here! Bring him back in here! Stop painting, Freddie! Give him back in here!
He said he gonna pop on in a few. He gonna pop on in a few.
That's just a teaser. Okay, I got you.
But Logan,
What up?
what is your reaction to all this, my brother? What is your reaction?
Oh, I wish the viewers out there could have seen me in the group chat going absolutely crazy. Chris Paul, no longer CP3. I refuse to call that man by his moniker anymore. From now until the end of time, if he ever wins the ring, he is now Christopher Emmanuel Paul in my books, and that is final. Devin Booker, you're on the chopping block, or should I say Devin Armani Booker. He don't have a cool nickname, but the way he's been playing lately, man, he ain't going to get one. Booker hurt his girlfriend for a couple of them too, so that ain't going. He's had a rough week.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't expect this. Even me, I didn't expect this. The legend.
Jay, get in here and defend the Phoenix Suns, man, because I need backup, bro. I need backup.
Ain't no defending this. Pride. This was embarrassing. You know, Chris Paul looked soulless after game 2. You know, I was talking to someone after game 2, and I didn't like the way the energy ended in that game. And of course, I can't say that in the chat to Freddie was ridiculed but eat me up. So I gotta talk to my friends in life. You know what I'm saying? I gotta talk to my friends.
Oh, I'm not your friend in life?
No, not during the NBA playoffs. You ain't. So
big fact.
But no, after game 2, the energy right away, I felt like we were slipping away in the series, and we were up 2-0. And I hate to say this, I never thought I would be saying this after the second round, but that 2-0 curse for Chris Paul, I guess, is real. And I was worried about Scott Foster being the referee for this game.
Oh, it don't matter.
More than anything, I didn't think that they were going to come out like this.
I mean, they were
a loss.
But can I be honest?
We could have been the refs, and they still.
Like I'll be honest, man. I think the last few times that whole Scott Foster thing, I think it's in CP3's head right now. I really do. Like, think about it, man. You got a certain official that, like, you always lose. Then on top of that, it's an official that Chris Paul don't vibe with, period. Right?
Yeah.
Couple that with the fact that he was trying to get Scott Foster to never officiate. I think what was it, in Houston?
Right.
He was basically trying to petition the league. So it's like, I think this Scott Foster stuff, I really think it's in his head at this point, bro. It has.
I mean, outside of that though, you can't go 6. You can't go 6. 6 points between your big 3 in the first half. You can't have 27 points at halftime. You can't have one player on one team have more points than your whole team. You can't have. There was a lot of can't haves that you seen, and the can't haves that were achieved tonight are usually, we talk about a bottom of the barrel, a lottery team, or looking for first overall pick. So there was a lot of things, and one of the biggest takeaways to me was in the first half there was 3 substitutions, and they were all foul orientated. With Monty Williams being the coach of the year, I don't understand how the coach of the year sat and watched Chris Paul look tired for 2 quarters and played him for 2 quarters. I don't understand how the coach of the year. I don't understand how the coach of the year let Devin Booker start 0 for 7 and left him in the game without getting Shaman involved, without getting Cam and Johnson involved early on. I don't understand how Biyombo didn't come off the bench quicker. JaVale McGee, we didn't see. Torrey Craig, we didn't see. There were so many different things in this game, and really over the last 4 games that I seen that were just abnormal.
So
And
I'll
that's
be honest.
good things.
Let me know if I'm out of pocket because I want to pose this question to y'all, and I'm not saying this to take away Monty Williams being coach of the year because I've been consistent with it. I think it's Taylor Jenkins, in my opinion. However, it's a regular season award, so I'm not going to try to say, oh, yeah. But is it fair to say that, because I believe Game 7, Monty got outcoached by Jason Kidd, and it was bad. Is that fair to say, or am I being too much? Because I'll be honest.
I wouldn't go as far as saying that the reward shouldn't have gone to him because of this. Because it is a regular season award.
That's what I wanted to clarify. Because I don't want anyone thinking that's the route I'm going. I'm just saying for this specific game, is it fair to say he got outcoached? Because I think
1,000%. He got outcoached for the last 4 games.
Okay.
And but I just wanted to jump in. You know what I'm saying? Don't put no APPs out on me. I'm still here.
Hey, Jay.
But
before you leave, Jay, I want to say one thing. You earned a lot of respect from me, sir, because there's a particular brother out there within the network named Chris Robinson. We live in the same town. I wanted to watch the game with him today. I said, brother, me as 2 brothers, we need to sit down and let's watch the game. You know what he told me? Go to the hottest place in hell. That's what he texted me and told me that. And I was like, whoa. But listen here, y'all.
Hey,
listen.
I'm out. I'm going to catch you guys.
All right. But listen here, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead, Freddie. Have your moment.
Luka Magic. Let me say it again for the folks in the back. Luka Magic has showed y'all why he's a superstar. That he's the next big deal.
Freddie, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think we need to call him a super duper star. Because
I believe so.
Woo! We got to give this man some flowers, bro. We got to give him bouquets, Fredward.
And I'm gonna tell you what. If I was the Phoenix Suns, Logan, I'm gonna tell you, and you tell me if I'm crazy for saying this. If I was the Phoenix Suns, I would trade Chris Paul because you cannot win with him.
Freddie, that's an interesting question. But let me pose a question back to you. Let's not forget that Chris Paul is still under contract until the 2025 season. When he is 40, he's getting paid 4 years, $120 million, good enough for about $28 to $30 million per season.
Bless his heart.
After what I just saw, and since he turned 37 a few weeks, like the other week, he ain't played good. We all know that.
Yeah.
What would you give for him? I ain't giving up a first round pick. I don't care who he is.
Honestly, I think you could. I think you could. In a situation where it's,
but who would he go to though, Brian? Who would he fit in with?
Chicago. If they lose Zach LaVine, or do like a sign and trade with Zach LaVine, like I do think there's some places, but like it's gonna be slim pickings. I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be slim pickings because of that contract. Like the contract coupled that with his age, man. Like yeah, sure, he's playing solid, but like. At that contract rate, like it's I look at it the same way as Russ, where it's like that contract, bro. Like it's very hard for you to justify that contract. It's very difficult. So I do think it's going to be slim pickings. But here's the thing: if I'm Phoenix, why trade Chris Paul if you're going to lose DeAndre Ayton? You lose DeAndre Ayton and trade Chris Paul, you're now back to with just Devin Booker or bust. And I don't like that. That's just me. I don't like that. I think you gotta keep one of them. If you let Ayton walk,
it perplexes me, Pride. Ayton only played 17 minutes the whole game. He got 5 shots up.
Who, Ayton?
Yeah, that was his final line. He got 5 points.
I get that was his final line, but we also need to stop pretending like he wasn't dominating the playoffs too.
Right. Like I get what you're saying. But
so it's like honestly, like Chris Paul did have some games where he didn't show up, and same thing with Devin Booker. I think DeAndre Ayton probably had 2 games, and even in those 2 games that he quote didn't show up, like One of them, he still gave you a very efficient 15. He gave you a double-double. And then this game, where, like, yeah, if you want to blame DeAndre Ayton, sure. But you got to blame everybody in the moms on that roster.
Oh, no, I'm not blaming him for the loss. I'm blaming the whole team. Because when you're leading Johnson, when your leading scorer is Cam Johnson with 12 points, you're not going to win.
No, sir, I'm not blaming the whole team. I'm blaming three people. Number one, Monty Williams. He got outcoached by Jason Kidd. And let's give Jason Kidd some love. Let's give Jason Kidd some love, because he was. People criticized him as a coach. When he was down there in Milwaukee, they criticized him. So give him some love. He just turned his coaching career around. And I don't know if you guys heard the little TNT inside where he was coaching. I actually liked that. I said, man, this dude is inspired this player. He's actually acting like a point guard on the sideline.
And Freddie, to piggyback off your point, he like the Boston Celtics, we did a great turnaround, right? And people credit Ime Udoka. People forget how Dallas was looking earlier. Dallas was not looking good, and with the entire Kristaps Porzingis thing, man, like people forgot. Like Jason Kidd was like, "Yo, hold on, let's ride." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you give me something, and I'll make something work. And he made adjustments. So, like, I'm with you, Freddie.
So that's number one.
I'm not saying you got to call him the best coach in the league, but you got to, at the bare minimum, say, yo, from day one to now, you've not only seen the improvement in his coaching strategy, but also how he talks to the players and how.
And we've seen Luka's been good. Luka's always been good, but I think he's taken a step this year that he needed to by trusting his teammates as well. And I think Jason Kidd have a lot to do with that as well.
That's Jason Kidd all the way. 100%.
And number two, I blame Chris Paul. Chris Paul, you've been in experiences like this many times. You come up short. You know what it takes. You're supposed to be the point guard that they call you, but you came shorter than you actually are yet again. And, hey, what it is about the playoffs with you and James Harden, but, hey, every time we come around this year, we see these type of performances. And number three, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it with a serious face, it is time to stop comparing Devin Booker to the Kobe Bean Bryant. Let me say it again. It's time to stop comparing Devin Booker to Kobe Bean. Because, this is 2 games in a row. It was a one point. I'm like, I understand you double team you, but dang it, be aggressive. Cut, drive down the basket, attack the basket, do something.
So because I'm trying to word this the right way, right?
Devin Booker, look, I'm gonna read Devin Booker's stat line for the night. 37 minutes. He shot 3 from 14. 0 from 3.
Yeah, hold on.
Only 11 points.
Listen, don't get it twisted. He had a horrible night. Like I don't think anybody's gonna make any debate that he didn't have a horrible night. It was horrible. It was bad. It was disgusting. It was nasty. It was a pride performance. Let's just call it like that, right? Like, but first and foremost, I never compared him to Kobe. I'll be honest, I never did. I don't compare anybody to Kobe because for me, I feel like ever since he passed away, people have been too quick to try to find the next Kobe. And I feel like it's a little awkward because like people said Jason Tatum is like him. And I'm like, bro, that could not be further from the truth. So I just think ever since he passed, people have been looking for him. Are looking for the next Kobe, you know what I mean? Like same thing with if any other, like if LeBron James ends up passing away, heaven forbid, people are gonna try to find the next. Like that's just how it is, right? But where you lose me a little bit when people like you who say, oh, you can't compare them, like you remember when Kobe shot under 30% for an entire finals, right? And they lost in 5 to Detroit. You remember that, right? You remember him choking a 3-1 lead, and in one game, he only shot the ball, 4 times the second half? So, my thing is again, Devin Booker had a horrible game. Horrible. And like this is a game you need to be ashamed of. No debate whatsoever. But you can't get this game and say, "Oh, this is why you can't compare him to so and so," because it's like the guy you're comparing him to is the same dude who he himself, let's be honest, had these moments where he burnt out. Like it was him.
Well, it's not the hold on. One thing I'm not gonna let you do, Pride, is not come on the show and tell facts. First of all, because this show is called Freddie Facts, and we're gonna keep it factual. Please explain to the folks why he did that, because everybody in their mama was coming at Kobe talking about, hey, he don't want to be, all he want to do is shoot. He never passed the ball. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to show you without me shooting.
No, but here's the thing.
So that's two different things.
But this is where I got to stop you. Because if it's any other player, you're killing him for passing the ball. If it's LeBron James, you're killing him for passing the ball. If it's Kevin Durant, you're killing him for passing the ball. Don't tell me that just because it's Kobe and he wants to pout on the court and pat, like, I don't want to hear it. This is the same dude.
All I'm saying is that we're talking about two different situations.
I'm just saying.
Devin Booker was not in that situation tonight. Devin Booker was not in that situation tonight. Devin Booker's in the situation where his Dallas Mavericks played elite defense on.
But Freddie, this is all I'm saying. Don't sit there and tell me, oh, yeah, he was trying to be nice. When earlier the year or a couple years back, my guy shot a Nike commercial staring into the fact that he was selfish and a loner. That's all I'm just saying, bro, consistency. That's all I'm asking for. Consistency. Devin Booker.
All I'm telling you is your argument is invalid here because we're talking about two different things. We're talking about a guy who was proving a point, compare a guy tonight who was not who wasn't proving a point. He was just coming out there. He just got shut down for that defense.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about two different things right now, Pride.
Bro, what are you talking about? At this point, you're just babbling, Freddie.
You can't hear me? You need to, did you get a little bit too much grease in your ear when you get your braids in?
I probably do have some grease in here. You know, I don't shower and all, but like Freddie, you gotta make some sense, bro.
Is your braids too tight or something? Can you not hear what I just said?
I mean, she did do it tight, but I'm glad because that way it won't come out. But the point that I'm trying to make, Freddie, is like you can't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, he had this one bad game." When Kobe had a litany of bad games in the playoffs that people don't
name them. Let's go. Name them. Let's go.
Oh, the 3-1 lead that he dropped to the Phoenix Suns. The 3-1 lead. Don't bring up the 3-1 that 3-1 lead he choked. When they lost in 5 to the Pistons, he shot under like 32% or something like that. Horrible numbers. Logan. Matter of fact, Logan, because you're not a Lakers fan. Let me ask you. Am I out of pocket for saying what I'm saying? Because listen, I'm not saying Kobe's a bum. I'm just saying.
You're the same guy that said Kobe Bryant is overrated too. So you 110%. Already you don't like the guy. So you already have a narrative towards Kobe. So carry on.
But what am I? Well, first of all, you're saying that like you're proving a point. Meanwhile, I still got Kobe in my top 10. I said Kobe was overrated ever since he passed away, just because of his passing away. If you're gonna tell a story, tell the full story. Don't tell a cute little clip and then all of a sudden go 0 dark 30 and pretend like you made a point. Tell the full story. That's one. 2, Logan, let me ask you a question. I'm asking you because Freddie's upset that people are comparing Devin Booker to Kobe Bryant. Here's my question, and Logan, I want you to let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. How can you look at this one game and say you can't compare him to Kobe when Kobe himself has had?
Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be, Logan.
That's all. And listen, they lost, right? Like, but I'm just saying you can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, you can't compare. When again, your guy dropped the 3-1 lead before it was cool.
But like I said, Pride is trying to come on my show and change the subject. But like I said, I do not want to hear no more comparisons between Kobe Bryant and Devin Booker.
I don't think it's fair for you to say that after this one bad game. When prior to this,
not one bad game.
You were loving the comparisons because you love Devin Booker.
I never loved it. No. I've never loved the comparison, sir.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
Kobe right there when he was doing these. Come on, man. You don't even
go find the clip. Pull it up. Let me see.
You be saying anything, bro.
Go hit up Nate and do whatever you do. Find the clip.
This is what I found out about Freddie. This is what Freddie does. And it's smart. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm not even gonna lie because it really is a high IQ play. What Freddie does, right? He'll say something and he'll say it in the group chat, right? But when he says it, What he does, he'll say it and then wait and wait and wait and wait. And then weeks afterwards, he'll contradict himself. But because it happened so long ago, you can't pull up the receipts. That's a smart IQ play, Freddie. That's a smart IQ play. Because notice how he said the clip. And I never said he said it in the show because he said it in the group chat. But here's the thing.
Well, find me the receipt. Find me the receipt.
Freddie, you smart. That's
how find me the receipt.
That's how.
Please do. You find the receipt. I will come on air and I will tell the world that I was wrong. Until then, you were wrong.
And that's the thing. See, Logan, he said it so long ago that I can't pull it up. And he waits and waits and waits and waits. So now when you bring it up against him, he goes, "Go find it." But it's so long ago. Who's gonna do all that work? Freddie, you smart. I like that. That's a good play. I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna start doing that. Logan, I'm gonna start doing that, Logan. Just remind me, because I'm gonna forget. Because I'm stupid. I'm gonna forget, but I'm gonna do it. And when I do it, Logan, I want you to remind me. Like, yo,
I'm taking a note right now. A mental note.
Make that note, because I'm about to say something. Matter of fact, here's what I'm about to do right now. I'm saying it. Luka's trash, right? I'm saying that, right? In like 3 months, I'm gonna do a 180, right? And Freddie gonna be like, oh, did you say? I'm gonna be like, prove it, and he's never gonna find it.
Yes, Angel, I'm gonna screen record every time you say something now. I got you. But ladies, but hold on. Let's get back on point. CP3 got exposed, and I'm loving every bit of it. Let's give a little quick preview on this next round, Logan, real quick. What's your thoughts against Golden State versus Dallas? Who you got?
Oh, well, I said on Unscripted the other night, I said, if Dallas pulled off the upset, I still think the Warriors got this in the bag. Just because their team effort is phenomenal. They're one of the best passing teams in the whole NBA. Their chemistry is on point. They've been there before. They've won championships, obviously, with Curry, Clay, and Draymond. They have one of the best bench pieces in, just benches in the league as well. That's where Dallas kind of struggles. I mean, we know Dinwiddie had a really good night tonight, but other than that, he's pretty much struggled the entire playoffs and regular season. So they've got the advantage on the bench. As for the big men, I mean, there's going to be a bunch of small ball played with both of these teams. So it's just going to see who gets more rebounds. I mean, they had 70 the other night with a bunch of offensive boards. So I mean, they were really
Looney had like 22 himself.
Yeah, and I mean that came out of nowhere. So I think that just the better team is Golden State. They have an experienced head coach with Steve Kerr, and no doubt, I think the game plan should kind of be what Boston did with Giannis, is have Luka go out there, score his 35 a night. That's cool, but see what Dinwiddie, what Brunson, what Finney-Smith, what the rest of the Mavericks can do, because that's what it counts. Because I mean, everyone's been watching it, man. Steph Curry ain't even starting, and they're still winning these ball games. I mean, this is the best shooter of all time statistically, MVP, Finals, championship, all this stuff, and they have him coming off the bench, and he's cool with it. You're not gonna get that anywhere else.
But I will say this,
I got the Warriors winning this one. I don't know how many games I'll go Warriors in 6. I think the Mavericks are going to put up a good fight. I'm believing more in the Mavericks now than I did at the beginning of this series. So I'll go Warriors in 6 for my prediction.
I will say this. Golden State barely got past Memphis. Baby got John Morant got hurt. Luka is a different monster from Giannis. And when I'm going to say this is because, you can try to double team Luka, but then he's going to pass it around and get the open shooter the ball. You can let him, or you can let him score, and then he's bound to go off of 40 to 45, even 50. So Dallas they're going to have their hands full. But I will say this: if they get Spencer Dinwiddie, they get Brunson and Bullock and Smith going they're capable of going. It's going to be a long series for Golden State.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna go Dallas and 7. I'm going Dallas in 7. I believe Luka and them. I believe they're hungry, and I believe that they have a little bit more grit. Because I'm not really trusting Klay Thompson. I'm not sure if he's really back. He's too up and down for me. Now, if Klay's clicking on all cylinders, if we get Game 6 Klay for every game of the series, I'm with you. It might go 5. It might go 5 if Klay Thompson be Klay Thompson. But until then, I got Mavericks in 6. But
yeah, I mean, plus I feel that if the Warriors also had Gary Payton II, who's one of their best defenders, if not the best defender on their team, I'd feel more confident in the Warriors. But the fact that he has that broke arm, broke wrist, they said he could probably come back for the finals. Said there's a long shot for the Western Conference Finals, so I don't expect him unless it's maybe a Game 7. But even then, I'm not even sure if you throw him out there. But I just think the Warriors' chemistry is just a little bit too good right now. But I mean, hey. What did we see last year with my team, the Hawks? They made it far in the playoffs. You're gonna have that one Cinderella team, and I think that's kind of what the Mavericks are writing right now. Because I'm sure nobody, no one except for Mavericks fans thought that they would be a top 4 team in the NBA at the end of the season. That's exactly what they are right now. They're a top 4 team.
Yep. But before we're about to end the show, but I'm just gonna let everybody know that the NBA is in good hands. The parity is in the league. Hey, we're doing this. The NBA playoffs is still interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Without a LeBron James, without a Kevin Durant, we just seen we just seen the champions lose today to the Boston Celtics. We seen Phoenix; they just lost. And guess what? We're still interested in the NBA. We're still interested in the playoffs because these matchups are that great. So the parity in the league is still great. Hey, Anthony, we said the same thing about Phoenix. Ain't no way Dallas going to beat Phoenix. Everybody said, it's going 5 because Luka can get you a game. But look what we got today. So we really don't know. Right now, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But
before we get off here, I just saw a quote.
Mm-hmm.
They talked to Monty Williams, head coach. They asked why DeAndre Ayton didn't play. He only played 17 minutes and didn't play any in the 4th. And he said in a very stern voice, he just said, it's internal. We know he had some rough patches, last year. And with his contract coming up,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to throw it out there, obviously, because I feel like you're going to have to. But it would not surprise me if Ayton leaves. He's going to have a lot of suitors. He's still a young player. And
yeah.
Sometimes a change of scenery is what really can help you develop even better. No doubt he's a good player, but if he goes somewhere else, who knows? He could descend to that top tier level that a top 5 pick is expected to be. So who knows?
Yep. Make sure you check out all our shows this upcoming week. Check out ASAP in the Morning. Check out Unscripted. Check out all of them. Real Talk. They're going to dive in a lot more about these playoffs. They're going to dive into this series, the Boston Celtics eliminating the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going to get into for the future rounds as well. Make sure you tune in. It is going to get hot, I promise you that. Until next time, peace.
Hey, yo, I sound good almost anywhere you put me. You've been here a while, but they betting on the rookie. Better go and check in with your bookie, cause your bank account about to play hooky. My jeans got me short, that's why you overlook me. My jeans so fat, they lower than they should be. Mr. Goody Two Shoes, thank goodness I'm in a good mood. Never finish with my business, I can always outdo. Who's who? Cause all of you be sounding alike. Deuce Deuce, greatest album 2019. That's just me, TDP, PSG.
OMG, have you heard the new song?
We been cooking in the lab way before Wuhan. We're from Boys to Men, way before Mulan. Now it's all about the croutons, never need a coupon. I don't check the price, I just swipe, then I move on. Futons, how I elevate, only smoke out of state. Never far gone, need to be Armstrong out of space. That's one small step for the baby rappers, and that's one giant leap for the the backpackers. In my backpack full of them pink Pampers. Don't be all up on my case like the Pink Panther. Already got 3 girls at home that need answers. I gotta meet these standards. I'm the father of the year though. Raise a couple weirdos. Screaming so fierce they pierce both earlobes. Here goes nothing, they go hear me coming. It's been a long light year, name still buzzing. Hopping in the same bucket, got the battery jumping. I'ma throw you in the trunk, you can feel me bumping.
To my family, my wife Vanessa, our daughters Natalia and Gianna, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. For all the hours I spent in the gym working and training. And Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.